Everything we do in life, we're trying to, at some point, achieve happiness or fulfillment. So in life, we are on this constant pursuit of happiness, of trying to get to a state or a stage where you can be content and you can look back and you can say, oh yeah, I did well here. I managed to make it happen. I lived my life with as little regrets as possible. That's what we're trying to do. That's what each and every one of us is trying to do in this world, on this planet, each and every day. But I'm going to debunk some of the myths of happiness, and I'm going to talk about what you can do to actually, be happy every single day on a day-to-day basis, and why success doesn't necessarily make you happy, and what's the psychology and reasoning behind that. So that's what I'm going to go through right now. So happiness, I'm going to start by saying happiness isn't just something you are. Like, you can't just constantly be happy. Happiness isn't something you achieve. You don't get to a stage where you can say, oh, I'm happy now with my life. No. Emotions of life will take you in many directions. If you're in the bottom, you'll be happy in some moments, you'll be sad in some moments, you'll be angry in other moments. And when you're at the top, it's the exact same. It doesn't change. You'll be happy in some moments, you'll be sad in some moments. Maybe you'll be happy more often. Maybe you can create experiences that'll make you more happy, that you'll have yourself enjoying your life more. But forget about this, oh, I'm trying to achieve happiness. No, happiness doesn't really happen. It's about who you are right now. How you are now is how you will be if you are successful. So if you're, content with yourself, I say, me personally, I'm actually pretty content with what I have right now. So if I make it successful, I will also be pretty content, which is solid. I'll be content with maybe more to be content with. But if you're miserable and you're just sad and you're just, I don't know, you're grinding all the time, you're desperate really, then when you're rich and successful, if you make it there, you won't all of a sudden be at peace. You won't be happy. No, you will be even more miserable, and you'll work even harder, and you'll get stuck in that cycle of constantly working and burning yourself into the ground and always trying to do more, rather than just sitting there and being content. You'll never actually do that, because where you are now is where you will be if you have money. Money is it's a cliche, but money is a magnifier. Money magnifies. Money doesn't change who you are. It's about you to change who you are. So if you're in a moment of misery and you're like kind of depressed, you have to change yourself first before you ever think about money, right? If you like, money is not going to be the solution. You have to change yourself and your own perceptions of life and your own values first before you ever think about money, because money is not going to be that change. Money is just going to magnify whatever you are right now. Money won't make you happy, but it can buy you things that can make you happy. And it can provide you with experiences that can make you happy, because you need money for everything, right? To travel the world, you need probably a lot of money, right? To, buy a nice car, you need money. You need money for these things. Money itself won't make you happy, and pursuing money thinking that it will is just a complete lie. It's not going to. It will only make you content. It will only make you happy if you're already happy with what you have right now. It won't all of a sudden transcend your level of knowledge and level of expertise and level of conscientiousness to all of a sudden, oh yeah, now I'm happy because I have a lot of money. It's absolutely not how it works, and I'm sure most of you know that, but there is this internet culture that's like, make money, right? But, sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, well, no, money definitely is not everything at all. And although it can provide you with great experiences, and the more money you have, money is a tool, a vehicle to allow you to experience many amazing things, which is why, we're called to go out and pursue it and go out to make as much of it as we can, so that there are happy things that can happen, life enjoyment things that can happen as a result of money. But money itself is not the reason why we live. Money itself is not the reason why we achieve happiness. It will not get us to happiness. It is in ourselves, really, that we can feel happiness. So then this kind of leads into the next point. Don't try and find happiness in material things. Money is the biggest example. But, me personally, I like cars. I would really like to have like a nice fast car one day, right? But I understand that the car is not what's going to make me happy. The car is a nice, fun thing that'll give me some dopamine rush in the moment and every once in a while here and there. But it's not going to be that fulfilling thing. It's going to be pursuing that. It's going to be knowing, building myself as a person, that I can be content in who I am, and of course giving the glory to God through it all, and being thankful to God for gifts rather than focusing so much on myself and falling into that cycle of just self fulfillment and self idolatry. The car is just a nice thing, and it's nothing more than that. It would be just a nice thing. It's not the end, right? It's not the end to a goal. It is just a nice thing that I'd like to have one day. But I am aware that that's not going to be the thing that gives me happiness. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. That is a quote from Jesus in the book of Matthew, the New Testament. If your treasure is materialistic, if you want a car, you want a nice house, whatever it is, money, of course, being the biggest one, you're never going to be happy. Never. If that's what you put value in, that is false perceived value in these things. You can have a normal sized house, a normal car, and be super content. You can have a Lamborghini and a mansion and be miserable. That is possible. But you can also have a Lamborghini and mansion and be happy. Just know that the Lamborghini and the mansion aren't what make you happy. It is who you are and your pursuits and your values that make you happy. So truly, the pursuit of materialistic things can become something destructive that destroys you. People are thinking that, oh no, this will make me happy, this will make me happy, this next milestone, this next goal, then I'll be fulfilled, then I'll be content, then I can rest for a bit. But then all of a sudden you just keep going and you keep finding the new goal, the higher achievement. You get a Lambo, maybe you want a Bugatti, maybe you always want to find more. And that's destructive. That is not going to lead you to happiness. That is going to lead you to never even being satisfied ever, and never taking any moment to appreciate what you have. And you just keep going until you're old, and then you realize, I didn't really enjoy my time well enough. I should have stopped for a bit. A lot of people fall into that exact pattern, and that's why you have the cliche old miserable rich people that the middle class tries and paint it as all rich people are miserable to try and get you to not make money. You should definitely still go and try and make money. But you have to know that the money is not a means to an end. Is that how you say it? I don't know if that's how you say it. But the money is not the end goal. It is who you are as a person that's the end goal. You can make the money, and then you realize, and you sit back and realize, yeah, man, this is great. And then, I don't know, you take some time off, you relax, you chill with the family, whatever it is. And then you can be happy in that. Or you can just continue pursuing the money. So it's like, I'm trying to paint the picture. I'm not doing a great job, admittedly. I'm trying to paint the picture that you can have these things and be happy, or you can have these things and be miserable. These things don't make you happy in and of themselves. It's about who you are and the values you have. That is what makes you happy, and you can be happy in the pursuit. You can be happy in the pursuit to getting the things, but know that the things themselves don't make a difference in who you are. And this is why so many more homeless people. There are homeless people out there that are so much more happier than you and I, because they have no stress in their life. A lot of homeless people, they have their problems, but there's a sect of homeless people that literally want to be homeless. They don't want to work a job, and they want the freedom that you just sit on, you sleep on the park bench, you sleep in the bus stop, and you just kind of roam around and you talk with friends. Sometimes people give you some fun things, and they're content. They're happy. They're more happy than anyone out there, because they just have that freedom to just relax, no stresses, even if they don't have any materialistic things, because they don't care about that. If they have somewhere to sleep and they can find homeless shelters, they have somewhere warm to be at night with food, at least consistently enough, and they're happy with that. And that's great. They won. Like, they seriously won life, won that game of life, won that pursuit of happiness more than you and I, more than anyone that kind of thinks that success will make you happy. But really, they've won. They've won more than any of us, because they're happy with nothing. And that's really what you have to strive to be happy with nothing, so that you can be even happier with something. If you're not happy, as I said before, it's about where you are now. If you're happy with what you have right now, you will be happy with even more success. But if you're not happy with what you have right now, you will still not be happy, and money will magnify. You'll be even more miserable. So that is why. And there are rich, happy people, right? Not all rich people are miserable, and not all homeless people are happy. Of course, that is like, that would be an easy narrative to make. Of course, there's a lot of homeless people that, they do drugs and they're homeless because they didn't choose to be homeless. They're just irresponsible, and that's definitely not happy. They're deep in their pains, right? And it's the same thing with rich people. Some people are happy because they were happy and they appreciate what they had before they made the money, so the money magnified, and they're even more happy now. Or they were miserable and money happened and they're more miserable. So understand that it's not in what you pursue, it's not in the materialistic things, it's in you. And happiness can only be felt in you. And in life, you will feel happy at times, you will feel sad at times. But if the overarching feeling can be a feeling of contentment and enjoyment, that is what you're trying to aim for in life. And you have to enjoy yourself. Even during the pursuits, you have to find enjoyment. If you're always just, in the cave, in the basement, doing whatever, grinding, you're gonna all of a sudden waste all your years, and you're never actually gonna look back and appreciate what you have right now, appreciate the journey you've been on. And it's great to appreciate that. I was kind of in that moment like just last week, appreciating the journey I was on and appreciating where I am right now. And that was a great feeling. It was a nice calming feeling, right? And giving the glory to God for that. It's a calming thing, and it's a peaceful thing, and I was in a moment of peace in that moment. But how to enjoy life? You have to do the things you love to do as much as possible and be with the people you love as much as possible. So it's about the people around you, right? You do want, a wife, a partner that 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 you love. You don't want to be with someone you're miserable with. I know people that are miserable in their relationships. You don't want to be with someone you're miserable with. If you're with someone and you genuinely love each other and you genuinely have a great connection no matter what, that's what you want. And if you have great kids and you have a good family and a good family standards, family values, that will give you very good enjoyment. That will give you very good happiness, because if you're a miserable person that goes and reaches success, right? You can push your family away, and that'll make you even more miserable. But if you understand that the family is way more important, the people around you are way more important than the money or the material things, then you will appreciate them even more. And even if you do go out there and get money, you will still be happy because you appreciate the people in your life and doing the things you like to do. If you work a minimum wage job, but like I don't know, you play some video games sometimes with friends, you go out, play some soccer, or you just, and you're getting by, but you're always spending time and you're actually content with what you have, you're also winning, right? In the same way that the homeless guy with nothing is also winning. If you're content with just, a couple of days of soccer and some fun times with friends and a couple of events here and there, and you rent an apartment or whatever and you're crammed by yourself, but you're content, that's also fine. You're content, you're happy with that. You're doing better, that you are doing better, and you are winning at life more than the person that is just grinding away and getting money, and they have more money than you, but you're actually more content. So you're really winning. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that a person with a minimum wage job, it's hard, right? Because you're in debt. You're in debt to the government, you're in debt to the banks, whatever you're in debt to, right? You're paying your rent or you're paying your mortgage, whatever it is. So it can feel very constraining, and it's a strain on your freedom. But a lot of people are in that moment and in that state, and they don't really see that. Instead, they see the good things, the positive things in their life, and they're content with it. And that's fine. That's great for them. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Whereas this internet culture seems to think that there's something wrong with that. Me personally, I don't want that, and I don't think that will help me. But there are people where that's fine with them, and they're fine with that, or they have a nice girlfriend that they live with, and that's it. That's enough for them. That's fine. Like, that's absolutely amazing, and they're happy, and they've won at life. They have won on this pursuit to happiness more than you and I, in the same way the homeless guy has. Because they're with the people they love, and they do the things they love, without really focusing on the negative aspects of their situation, which is great. Like, that's amazing. That's where you want to be. Focus on the positives, not the negatives. And that's why you see rich people miserable. Basically, here's a good way to tell you if you're on the right track for happiness. If a hurricane hit your house right now and everything was destroyed, but you managed to get all your family out and you were all safe, would you be mad that all of your stuff was destroyed, or would you be appreciative that your family is safe and okay? Really think about that, and that tells you where you're going to end up, or that tells you what you're going to have to change. If you're really mad about all the things and material things that were destroyed in the house, then that means that if you do get successful and rich, you will only be more miserable. But if you're actually appreciative that your family is alive, that everyone is okay, everyone's in one piece, and the people around you, which are worth more than any single thing can be put in dollars, then that means that, yeah, those values will stick with you and you will be rich and you will be even more happy because you will appreciate the family rather than the money. So I think it's a good little frame to kind of judge yourself and kind of be seriously honest with yourself and where you are right now. And you have to change. If you're truly mad about the material things, if you think you would be mad about that, then you have to be honest with yourself and you have to find change. Find change by spending more time with family, by, the way I would say is by finding faith in God and finding faith in Jesus Christ, because it will teach you to be humble and it will teach you to not pursue material things, but instead pursue godly things, humanitarian things. Pursue, treat your neighbor as yourself, right? And it will help you to love the people around you even more. It will help you to be humble in all of your faults and all your sins, and it will allow you to call out all of the issues you have and the issues when it comes to money and materialistic things and pursuit of happiness, all this stuff. You can lay it at God's feet and he will change it, and he will help you do better, and he will be a guiding light in your life. So that's what I would recommend, is faith in God as a way to kind of level yourself and humble yourself and bring yourself back down to earth. That it's like, those things don't matter. They're just things, right? You don't see this, but I have toys there. I have decorations on a shelf. I have computers. I have the phone that I'm recording on right now. I have these things. If all these things were gone, you have to remember that you can just replace it. You can't replace your parents. You can't replace your significant other, your kids, your siblings, your friends, your cousins. You can't replace those people. You can't. You can replace a phone. You can replace a toy. You can't replace people. So if you remember that like, and you constantly just try and put that in your mind, it will help you to understand that happiness does not come from material things. It comes from the people you have around you. It comes from much more than just what you have. And this is why when I pray, I don't ask God for things. I don't ask God for a thing, a brand new phone, a brand new car. I'm not like, God, please give me money and make me rich one day. No, that's not what I ask him for. That's just dumb. God's never gonna answer you anyway, because of course, belief in God tells you that materialistic things are not worth it. But I ask for virtues. I ask for strength, courage, patience, belief, and faith, and joy. I ask him for these things. I ask him for virtues rather than for materialistic things, because I know the virtues, if I'm a stronger, more courageous, bold person, that will help me grow stronger, and that will help me appreciate life more, rather than if I just ask for the material thing. It's not going to help you, right? You have a choice. You can ask to be the type of person that is happy, or get things that will make you happy. Basically that's the choice. And you want to choose to be the type of person. If you choose to get things that will make you happy, maybe they'll make you happy temporarily, but you will find the emptiness in those things very quick. Very, very quick. It's the same thing with again, fancy cars, fast cars, right? I am aware of it, right? I say I want it, but I know that it's just going to be a fun thing, but the funness of it will wear off at some point. Whereas virtues and values of who you are as a person and appreciating the people around you, that will never wear off. That'll never wear off. So that is how you find happiness, is in the values that you have, in the person you are, in the appreciation of what you have around you, and giving the glory to God, thanking him for what you have, around you, because it's the knowledge that things could be worse. It's the knowledge that you're lucky regardless of what situation you're in. And that is what will fill you up with contentment. That is what will fill you up with happiness. And if you go and pursue great things, you will continue to be happy. So remember these things. Remember the things I said today. Play this video again if you need to hear them again, because it's important you stop thinking that money will make you happy. It's important that you stop thinking that anything materialistic will make you happy for more than just like a couple of hours, a couple of days. It's about the family, the people around you, belief in God, giving him thanks, and these are the things that will make you happy. It's about who you are as a person and your constant growth in life and constant change and improvement. That will make you happy, not the actual success and money and riches. There are homeless people that are happy. There are minimum wage job people that are happy, and there are rich people that are completely miserable. Although that's not everyone. The idea of that statement is to say that materialistic things do not make a difference in your state of happiness and state of mind, state of being. It's about who you are as a person.